What's up, beautiful, beautiful, sexy Cancers? How are you guys doing? Welcome to my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. So I cranked out 3 love readings for you guys in the last couple weeks. And with this extra time, this quarantine time, I'm trying to make the most of it. But we're going to transition over into career and finance. I had somebody leave a little comment on my channel that they were like, what about career and finance? So, hey, if you're open to hearing about it, I am here to relay the messages. There's a lot of uncertainty right now in the world, right, with everything going on. But, messages for your best and highest good is what I'm asking for my Cancer gang out there. Career, money, finances, jobs, internships, retirement, money flow, all that. We'll see what the universe wants to bring upon you today. I was getting ready to do your reading, and I did Pisces, Scorpio, and now I'm going to do you guys, my water babies. And as I'm going, all right, Cancer, I heard the same thing happened to me with Gemini. I heard a Christmas song, but it was with your name in it. I heard Cancer baby, like Santa baby, and it was just really funny. And so I don't know if that has something to do with someone's job out there. Yeah, something about Cancer baby. Cancer baby. I thought it was really cute. I mean, who doesn't love Christmas music? Although that one's kind of slutty, right? That's like the slutty Christmas song. So I don't know. Maybe that means something to someone out there, right? I'm picturing like lingerie, like negligee or something like that. Fashion design? I don't know. Are you designing naughty things? I don't know. Whatever, Cancer. And boom, your card came out, the Chariot card. All right, that is confirmation from the universe. We're going to hop into your reading. You guys know my spiel, right? These are general messages here on YouTube. Not everything will be your story, so don't make it your story. If it doesn't resonate, if it doesn't fit your circumstance or scenario, release that energy, release those messages, drop it like it's hot. Have faith it's a message that somebody else needs to hear. But yeah, give these messages time to resonate too. I promise not everything will click instantly. More frequently than not, though, messages will make sense to you in a few days, in a few weeks, so be open to that, right? But yeah, anything that feels strange or foreign, you can release those messages. Like, share, subscribe. That's really important. You guys, my Cancer friends, you guys have been one of my biggest supporters. I am so close to reaching 2,000 subs. I started this channel about a year ago. So if you haven't already subscribed and you could do me that favor, that would be amazing. Doesn't cost you anything. If you don't hit the notification bell, you're not even going to get like notifications from me. But yeah, if you can hit that subscribe and that like button, that would be huge. I would truly appreciate that good exchange of energy between us, right? Anyway, last but not least, everything else you are going to want to know about this video will be written in that description box below. That's going to include the decks I'm using here today, as well as my social media channels. I am the Intuitive Teacup on Facebook and Instagram. We are going to hop in 2 more cards for my Cancers. Career, money, and finance. Career, money, and finance. My Santa babies. I don't know what that's about, but... All right, let's see. So bottom of your deck, you have the King of Swords and the 10 of Wands. Underneath that is a beautiful pairing, a beautiful relationship. So putting down the bullshit that's been stopping you, or almost like it could even be an internal, like a dragging of your feet, something that you're being guided to go towards, but either you've been avoiding it or not wanting to deal with it, or it's releasing a romantic partnership that has been a heavy burden on your heart. It could also be a collaborative project. It's something that it's causing more of a blocking of your energy. This is actually saying to me, you guys are meant to go solo. You're supposed to go individual, at least on some sort of project that it's almost like you've had to go back to the drawing board several times. And especially if it's a collaboration or working on a team, there's something about you guys just don't have that chemistry together. Something you're trying to like birth into the world in terms of like, yeah, a creative project or any sort of work endeavor that involves a team. You don't jive with this team. It's something about you guys are questioning if you belong here. It's not that you don't necessarily belong, but it's almost like your North Star is calling you out. It's guiding you to search elsewhere. And I mean, as cheesy as it is, it's asking you to search within because you're meant to do something individually, solo, by yourself, where quite literally you are the star, right? If it's not that, if you are thinking about collaborating with an Aquarius specifically, that is a message from the divine too. So that wouldn't be anything new. That would be something about you've been flirting with the idea of working or collaborating with an Aquarius. It could also be romantically too. Spirit to me with a couple cards are indicating that would actually be a good pairing. It's something about the balance of the water and the air sign. It's like the emotions and the intelligence. And not to say that you guys know I'm not saying you aren't intelligent by any means, but yeah, it's something about the way in which the air sign communicates or writes or expresses something. It's like you have the depth, but they help you. Okay, they help you articulate it better. You feel it, but sometimes getting it up into the surface in a way that other people are able to understand and interpret. There's something about this. It doesn't even have to be an Aquarius, but I am being called to say an air sign. They help you interpret it. It's this beautiful dynamic of almost like the artist and then the intellect. Together, you guys are like a force to be reckoned with. I'm getting like Elton John and Bernie Taupin, right? There's one who's the star in the forefront, but then there's at least one other person in the background helping to get these seeds to blossom, if that makes sense. So it could even be your husband or your wife if you guys are like the dynamic duo and you work very well together. This could also be a metaphor for an internal battle, an internal struggle. For those who are trying to be writers or something about the speech, vocalizing, like singers spreading some sort of important word or messages via either your voice, right, or written text, however you want to say it. There's something about hybriding, like the hybrid of, maybe you're a Gemini Cancer cusper. There's something about both these strengths exist within you, but it's something about you have to nurture and develop the skill more to make it more effective, to be more efficient, to sort of streamline what you're trying to do. And I am getting like a collaboration of the two, be it external, you and another person, or internal, trying to understand how to better advocate for yourself or how to better express what it is that you're feeling. And yes, it might be to a group, but it's coming more from a place of either spiritual or creative energy, like messages and energy that you're putting out in your work, in your career, and in the product you sell, whatever it is. Yeah, there's something about very important news or very important like dictation or word, or I'm seeing like cursive writing. I don't know what that would be, but you feel it. Your intuition is on point. It's about expressing it in a higher vibration or in a more efficient way. Something where you can reach a mass audience or a target audience easier. There is something here about you're making it more difficult for yourself than it really needs to be. You're just not realizing it. So something is blocking your energy here. It could be a fire sign is getting in the way. I'm not sure what that would have to be, but someone may be misinterpreting your words or misinterpreting your work. And that's sort of what I mean. Some of you are being called to ditch a partnership because they're not doing you any services. They're not doing you any favors. It's like they're making your work life much more of a hassle than it needs to be. I do want to underscore, a lot of you are being called to work on your own. All right, so let's hop into this. So Cancer, you're on your way to the wish fulfillment. Whatever you're dreaming of and hoping for and desiring, you see the long-term goal, you see the long-term plans, you see the future that you are and are wanting to build for yourself. As I was saying, there is a need to go within and do a little bit more reconfiguration or fact-finding regarding the expression of it. The artistic expression, the creative expression, the spiritual expression. It's almost like these messages are, I don't know what word to use. I'm almost, this is so funny. I'm getting the image of a washing machine where the clothes are tumbling and like, intuitively, your intuitive hits or emotions or information, intellect, knowledge that's trying to get up into the surface. It's in like this tumble dry, something like that. It's all there. It's all within you and you feel it and you know it, but it's like you're trying to find the best way to effectively communicate your product or your business or your insights. You're still at page in terms of the way you communicate. I'll even say this gift, right? Some of you are singers or writers. You have a gift with words, and the vast amount of potential, it knocks people's socks off. It's absolutely incredible. It's amazing. When you do it correctly, people are in awe, like jaw-dropping. There's something it's just very magical or insightful. People can't look away. There's something that is captivating. Thank you, Spirit. Captivating about what you do, but sometimes it lands and other times it doesn't. And with these clouds, there's not too many of them left. So this is saying to me, this is a gift or a skill or a business that you have been perfecting throughout the years. there's some sort of intuitive insight or hit or epiphany you have that what could make you even more efficient, or something about elaborating on a gift that you already have, that I'm just getting, it reaches even more people. So if you have an Instagram account or a YouTube channel or something, maybe you're struggling with the number of subscribers, or maybe, there's something about trying to reach a wider audience, right? Like the network of stars in your solar system. Yours is the big one. They're looking at you, but there's a sense of I'm wanting to expand. I'm wanting to go like deep space travel into other planets, right? And I think that's a metaphor for expanding the network, not just in my neighborhood. Do I want my coffee shop to, explode? It's not just, it could even be like worldwide, right? Maybe you're starting a website. There's something about needing to get your word and your communications and your information out there on the road, right? This is frequently a card of traveling, of road trips. It's something about travel, whether it's physical travel, like you going to a new location or a new land, Cancer. If it's not that, it's bringing your product into other people's homes that are at a distance. I am getting kind of like a web of networks, and I do think this maybe has to do with putting things on the internet, starting a website, something like that. But you're still trying to wrap your head around how to do this. There's something about the student of knowledge, the student of learning. Pages are frequently students or children. So it's saying to me, again, it's not new. It's not an ace. It's a page. So you've been toying with this for quite some time. There's probably been a bit of trial and error. But here it's like, I'm just kind of getting, you really want to stick the landing this time. It's funny, I'm almost seeing a girl up at bat. Like, all right, I'm going to get him this time. You know how you knock the bat against the inside of your foot and it's like a little like good luck charm, like Babe Ruth. Maybe one of you whose name is Ruth, right? It's something about, all right, I'm going to get him next time. And you want to swing, and it's like you're swinging for the home run this time. Because I'm getting like there's been a few swing and a miss. Oh gosh, that's a beautiful metaphor. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. There's been a lot of toying and perfecting, fine-tuning of something. You've definitely had some success where you're wanting to continue down this path, but I am getting there's something missing. And it's not missing to you. It's not that you're oblivious. You're actually quite aware. But there's a lot of mystery and questioning of how to stick the landing, how to hit the home run. Again, trial and error, like swing and a miss, but you're anticipating maybe it's like another option or another opportunity comes along. Maybe you're applying for jobs that have all been in the same career field, but it's something like when this ball comes to me next time, I'm going to knock this one out of the park. You're anticipating it, but you're also studying it. So if we're sticking, and maybe, a few of you, maybe you're athletes, right? This whole baseball metaphor is coming up for a reason. Maybe you're married to someone who plays baseball. I don't know. Maybe you're a baseball coach. Maybe you train your kids on their baseball team. Whatever. It doesn't matter. But there's something about like the sports team metaphor. It's like you want to be the star of the team. You want people to lift you to be lifted up on the shoulders. You want the glory, you want the recognition, and so there's a lot of metaphors coming through here for me. It's not so much in a sense of ego, but there is something about you've had to dim your light to fit in with a team that, as I said, you were never really meant to fit in with these people. It's like you were meant to stand out. You were meant to be the star. And I'm not saying this to stroke your ego and be like, because you're more important, you're more great. I'm not saying that, but in this particular field that you're interested in, your ideas are so unique and innovative that it's like these people can't even begin to understand what it is that you're sensing intuitively. That's what I mean. There's something about what you feel as a water sign, Cancer, the emotional force that's driving you down this path. You need to understand that is like divine guidance to stick with this and go after your dreams, despite the criticism, despite what people are throwing at you, and like, especially like the negative people, just like, that's a silly idea, I don't get it. It's almost like you don't need to cater to their stupidity. Oh, Cancer, did I just say that? That's the hit I'm getting. A lot of people have made you question your talent, your skill, your ability. Universe is trying to get you to recognize this has nothing to do with them. This is all about you, baby. And it is too. Again, something about you may have questioned your ability to communicate in the past because it just wasn't landing with some people. You were trying to work work with. There, it just wasn't, you weren't sticking the landing. But I am getting, it didn't have so much to do with you as it did them. It's like they were the wrong audience or the wrong recipients of what you were. Again, it could be your voice or your product or whatever it is you're trying to put out there and make money on. That's sort of what's being relayed to me here. You have intense determination and passion. You are a workhorse in this career field. And it's almost like, don't be frustrated by the obstacles. It's not even obstacles. Don't be frustrated by the mystery, the unknown, the question marks. The areas of struggle or difficulty where you haven't quite figured it out yet, it's almost like there's a locked door and you have a key ring, but there's like 9 keys on it. It's a little bit trial and error. Again, swing and a miss, swing and a miss. Know that you do have the key on that key ring. This is a really cool message, Cancer. It's just about your passion and your drive and your determination. How bad do you want it, Cancer? This is saying to me the darker, lower vibrational energy, whether that's you having self-doubt or lacking self-confidence, or if this represents, again, the people around you going, I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. I think we should do it a different way. How determined are you to push past those obstacles and be like, let me show you. I'm the star. Like, I got this. Pass me the mic. I'm ready to sing. It is very confident, which I really like for you, Cancer. I do keep getting this metaphor of a misspoken word. I don't know what that is, and so I don't want to harp on it too much because I'm not fully uncovering like the magic behind what that sort of is. But I have a feeling that you Cancers intuitively are going to know what I'm talking about. If you're a writer, you may even be taking some sort of course to sharpen up your vocabulary, or this is such a funny message, but like work on your spelling or your, like using like, what do they call them? Like 50-cent words in Scrabble, right? Like the big boys, the heavy hitters. And maybe this has to do with branding yourself, your title, your logo, your tagline, do you understand what I mean? There's something about twisting the words to get them just right. It unlocks the door. And I just heard it unlocks the door to the devil. That's not a bad thing, though. I want to, there's something about this card showing up. It's a card of Capricorn, right? So, yes, sometimes it has to do with self-doubt and our lower vibrational energy, this, that, and the other thing. For most of you, it's being hell-bent on determination. Hell-bent, right? Hell and the devil. I like that this card is coming up, Cancer, and I don't always. I'm not going to bullshit you, but here it's like, there's a metaphor of shackling yourself to something that allows you to grow and travel and it does promote spiritual growth. I know that's like a weird, convoluted way of looking at it, but it's like, it's almost shackling yourself to the idea that this will be your future. You're not giving up on it. It's one and the same. Wow, I'm getting something about like an umbilical cord, right? You are attached to it. Essentially, this to me is saying you were born to do this, right? It was born this way, baby. It does have to do with your intuitive hits, and I just keep wanting to like point to and touch like my tummy, and I think that has to do with like the womb, essentially, right? Like the umbilical cord, you being attached to this idea that you're well on your way to it, but it does have to do with all your wishes and your hopes and your dreams. Warrior mode, right? Warrior stance. I will hit this one out of the park this time. Be determined. Don't give up, but also don't be afraid to be humble about not knowing everything. You may want to visit someone or speak with someone who's already involved in a similar type career who understands the mechanics of it. Something about the magic behind the curtain, the illusion versus, I don't know. There's something about, there's the surface level and then what's actually going on underneath. There's something about the profession you want to get into where it's very glitzy and glamoury and it appears perfect, but people don't see all the hard labor that goes on like behind the curtain. So I'm almost getting metaphors for like filmmaking, right? Like it's a Hollywood, stardom and the beautiful glitzy premiere and the red carpet, but they don't see the sweaty guy holding the boom off camera. Like there's a lot of labor that goes into it, but it appears very effortless when you present it in public or on social media. There's something about you need to talk to someone, particularly a Capricorn or another Cancer, who maybe is very skilled in this similar career field or gift that you have, because they have very good, solid advice, information that they could dole out to you that would help you understand what you haven't been seeing or what you've been missing, or essentially like pass you the key that does open that door. Because there's something about like, I don't know why this metaphor is coming through. You have a bajillion keys. It's just choosing the right one to unlock the door. It's almost like they're the one that it's like, oh, it's this one, Cancer. And it's like they pull a rabbit out of a hat. Something about a magician is coming through. So it might also be a Gemini or a Virgo, though it doesn't have to be. Again, some of you may have Gem in your chart. Your passion is unmatched. So for those who are sweating out the competition, like, oh, there's a million people that already do this, I could never compete, you're wrong. With the devil showing up in a career spread, sometimes the devil can be great because it's unflinching. I just heard the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. I'm almost getting other people fear you because they know how badly you want this. And not only that, it's not that you're vicious. It's not that you're cutthroat about it. It's more they know how badly you want it, and how Cancers can be very like work hard, kind of play hard, but more so like work hard outweighs it for my Cancers. You are not just like the dreamy, wouldn't it be nice zodiac signs. Like Cancers can show up and like fucking build it. That's what I'm getting. It's like you make the other people shake in their boots, right? Now this whole baseball metaphor, if you're up at bat, right, and you're about to swing, I'm almost getting that like the catcher behind you or the pitcher, I don't know baseball, whatever. The metaphor of the opposing team, they're just like, because something about someone around you, maybe it's your best friend, maybe it's your parent, maybe it's this, they know that you're going places, and it's not that they're telling you not to, but there's actually an interesting metaphor of like protective energy, like Cancer, this is going to be big, so like brace yourself. That may have to do with maybe a Capricorn in your life shedding some very positive insight on this. There is something that you don't see. The idea of like the behind the magic curtain or behind this magic door, there's something beautiful that is in alignment with your wishes, your dreams, your fantasies. And that's good, but there's also a darker side to this career that you're not seeing. And I'm almost getting Spirit is wanting to warn you in advance. It could be this. Don't get sucked into the celebrity of it, because that's not what this is about. There is an element of this where you are a light worker, you are putting goodness out into the world. So even if that's stand-up comedy, you're making people laugh. If it's filmmaking, you're entertaining people with stories. If it's tarot card reading, you're supporting people in their spiritual path. But with that, there is I just wanted to say like the darker side. This is such a metaphor for like Hollywood. So maybe some of you are actors or musicians or, trying to make it like the industry. There's a dark side to this, and it's almost a warning to you. Don't let the shadow side of yourself, the ego, the desire for fame and attention outweigh like the beautiful healing and loving energy that you're trying to do and like impact the world with. Like the dark side of fame, right? Don't be obsessed with the followers. It's not about the numbers. It's not about how many, as I'm saying this to you guys, it's not about how many likes and subscribes you have. Because guys, it isn't, right? We all know this, right? Those things help you in your career. Make no mistake about it. Those are numbers. Those are analytics that do drive, the viewership of your channel, of your Instagram, of your movies, of your, right? Numbers, data, there's substance to that. That's important. Don't let that drive you down into a rabbit hole of ego or self-worth, right? So you have 100 people that like your channel. That's amazing. But then if you start comparing yourself to other people who do this, and like, but they have 2,000. It's like, well, what? That's their story. That's their path. Like, don't worry about it. It's like, eye on the prize. Focus on the ball that's coming to you, because it's something about when you smash that, when you get your moment and you stick the landing, you hit that baseball and it goes over the fence, the blessings coming into you are going to make you wish you didn't spend as much time worrying or comparing yourself to others on this path. Some of you are wondering how you can make more money or start making money from this individual entrepreneurship type thing, and you're being asked to go within. Again, it's like messages and spirits, divine timing, something about numerology, the repetition of seeing, like, I don't know if it's like 1111 on the clock, or you have a number, Cancer. Whatever your number is, or whatever significant object or color, something that you subscribe meaning to, when you see that, you have to analyze the moment you're in when you see or feel that intuitive hit, because again, that's the universe trying to like leave like a breadcrumb trail for you to follow and go down that path of illumination. You know, in a dark sky, what's guiding you is the star. It's God, it's universe, right? But it's also your own internal light. So some of you need to like kick that self-doubt of, oh, like maybe it's just coincidence. Like there's no such thing as coincidence. All right, let's hop into these other messages. Cancer, I'm just like blah, 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 blah. You got a lot of hits though, or I got a lot of hits in this message for you guys, so. Some of you are too afraid or too ashamed to ask for help, and that makes the universe sad. It makes it like your guardian angels, your spirit guides, whatever you believe in, they want you to launch this career. They want you to launch this business because they know it would bring you happiness. But there's a very heavy sense of heartbreak that is holding you back. It may have had to do with a past relationship or someone that didn't treat you the way you wish they had, or this, that, or the other thing. It could definitely be a parent or a parental figure that let you down in the past. What you have to realize is that there is something. We all go through different obstacles in our life, and it is important to recognize your triggers and spend time with them, right? But ultimately, turn it into a positive, or maybe that's not the right way of phrasing it. Turn it into a higher vibrational motivator for you, rather than being in, and this is a tough love, Cancer, so don't hate on me here. Rather than turning it into victimization of everything that everybody did to you, it's almost up to you to pick yourself up by your bootstraps and continuing despite the circumstance, not letting this heavy, darker, weighted, painful experience delay you from achieving your own dreams and wishes. It is unfortunate that happened, but ultimately, and I said the same thing to Pisces, it's a bit of a tough love message. You can't let other people be the reason why you're not succeeding in your own life, because ultimately it does all fall onto you, right? You came into this world alone, you're going to leave on your own. So while you can enjoy the beautiful relationships and friendships you have throughout your lifetime, you can't subscribe blame or yes, something about you can't subscribe blame on other people for why you're not achieving your own happiness. You can recognize that that's something within you, right? That's been causing some sort of delay, something that's been holding you back. But ultimately, it does come back to you as what you're doing with those energies. And it's, in a sense, making a light out of a dark, right? Choosing to see the light side, choosing to understand the valuable knowledge and lessons you gained from a time of very difficult circumstances, hardship, things of that sort. You're meant to fly, baby. That baseball flying through the air. You're meant to soar. You're meant to sail. So maybe sail across the ocean, maybe. You do have a lot of cards indicating travel to me. There is something about what starts off as very slow communication immediately picks up. And so I am sort of sensing this may have had to do with the idea of someone trying to mentally prepare you for something. I don't know if it's the dark side of this career or just something that you're not anticipating that is quite challenging about this career. Something about once the communication or the influx of money starts coming in, it may come at a speed that is very hard for you to keep up with. So you need to be organized. You need to have I'm almost getting a data, Excel sheet or a spreadsheet so that you can start organizing your shipments, your clients, your tasks, your to-do list, your payroll. Particularly if you kind of work on your own, if you're an entrepreneur or the head of your business, there's something about once you kind of bridge that gap and release the pain or the things that have been holding you back, there is a sense of motion, of flight. But I am getting, while it's beautiful and it's almost like the answer to your prayers, like your wishes start coming true, it's even being relayed to me as once these cups fill to the top, you have to be able to replace them, almost like an assembly line. I'm getting funny skits of I Love Lucy where she just can't keep up with all the, desserts that are going by. And so she's eating them and stuffing them in her purse. And there's something about the speed in which this takes off. Be prepared for that, Cancer. And I think ultimately it is a good message. It does have to do with what you're wanting and desiring. But in a sense, it is also be careful what you wish for because, if you want the $1 million business, well, with that, there's going to be $1 million worth of work. Again, behind the scenes, behind the curtains, things that I just don't think you've been illuminated to the whole picture yet. And there's nothing wrong with that, Cancer. You're still learning. But yeah, I am getting in a sense there's mystery or secrets or things that just haven't been experienced in this spiritual path for you yet. So while you are still learning the ropes, that's a good example. Like learning the ropes, the speed at which this comes in could potentially be overwhelming to you. So I don't even know how to like where to guide you from that, other than you need to be prepared for the speed at which it comes in. Some of you are wanting to get involved in fashion design, specifically designing like something with like bridal gowns, or it doesn't have to be that. But again, this whole like Hollywood star entertainment thing, something about like high value merchandise, particularly clothing, or something that would be used at like an events show or an award show, or like a fancy party or a wedding. Maybe you do catering or event planning, or fill in the blank. It could even be something with like technology, something about running the wires. And something about hats. That's so cute. It means nothing to me. Something about fancy hats. Or footwear, clothing. It could even be like athletic wear that maybe has something to do with like it's something the celebrity could wear. That's what this could be too. I know this is oddly specific, but I'm just putting it out there. If you design clothing and your business has been chugging along here and there, you may have that call where it's like Lady Gaga wants to wear your shoes, and all of a sudden you blow up. It's almost saying, are you ready for this to blow up? Like, do you have the capacity in your time, in your energy, in your life for this product to blow up? And I don't mean to be a hype man. I'm giving you that as an example, but that's what I mean. There's something that happens, and I do want to say there's a launch of fame or celebrity, or just that your star becomes apparent to many people. Your business becomes apparent to many people. So like, do you have these supplies? So like supply and demand, is that going to be an issue for you? Because Page of Materials, Page of Pentacles, it's saying, be ready. When people want your thing, are you going to have time to give it out? Are you going to have the resources to give it out? If this is your wish fulfillment, I keep wanting to say this, Cancer, this is incredible. Be careful what you're trying to manifest. Make sure you're not getting it over your head. Because again, it's great to want, everything under the stars, but what if you were to get it, right? I'm just putting it out there. I don't mean to do fear-based readings by any means. It seems like your wishes are being manifested and your dreams are going to come true, but to what extent? Maybe this is just saying, don't burn the candle at both ends. If you have a crazy workload or a crazy work schedule, don't sacrifice your own health, your mental sanity, your emotional wellness, right? Because that's where your magic lies, Cancer, in your intuition. So if you're not taking care of your health and your body, you're not going to receive those intuitive downloads. It's like you're going to dim your magic. You're going to dull your light by overextending yourself, by working around the clock day and night to try and do something. To me, it's like what's being called here is moderation, both in the internal capacity of your body as well as like the launching of something or the product. Make sure I just keep wanting to keep wanting to say, make sure you're not burning the candle at both ends, or that you become like a hamster on a wheel where it's like, okay, I did that, now I got to do the next thing and the next thing, and then like, you're going to burn yourself out, Cancer. Be protective of your energy and your time and the love and self-respect that you have. So you have the Seven of Pentacles twice. I love this card. Look how cool that is. I'm a sucker for black and white stripes, if you don't know. Oh, I wish I could make it match. How do I do that? Oh, you guys see what's happening right here? Kinda, sorta. Oh, this is so great. I'm having fun. Missing puzzle pieces. I feel like that's symbolic of your reading. Anyway, you have the Seven of Pentacles twice, the assessment card of, here's the thing, here they're just pentacles, right? Here you've planted them in the ground, you're hoping they grow, you're nurturing them, you're watering them, you're giving them sunlight. Keep doing that. But that's what I mean. Look, they start blooming, don't they? This is full of flowers. Again, event planning, wedding planning, something where you might literally be doing something with flowers, using flowers in your floral arrangement, display, your marketing technique, your business card, your logo may have a flower. You might be designing fancy hats with flowers in them. Do you understand what I mean? There's chock full of symbolism in this card, but things start to bloom. Give this a little bit more time. It's almost like don't get frustrated by the obstacles. Again, there's something about it's divine timing. I think universe is trying to what do you call it when you pull in, is it pull in the reins, I guess? Spirit doesn't want you to get ahead of yourself in like gung-ho, charge forward, because you may be charging forward into something where you lack the adequate experience for you to truly succeed and thrive in this. So again, there's no shame in going back to not even going back to the drawing board. While you're on this journey, look at it as through the lens of I'm learning as I go. Don't be afraid to pick up a book or read an article or reach out to someone who has experience, because that is going to be amazingly helpful to you and better prepare you for when these things start blossoming and blooming, and your bank account will the opposite of suffer, when your bank account will thrive or benefit from it. Something with good benefits. Some of you guys want a job with good benefits. And then you have the devil and the devil. All right. Some of you need to collaborate with a Capricorn, and that is your divine pairing. It could also be a romantic pairing, I suppose. I'm not reading for romance, but you do have the Two of Cups. Possible. Some of you need to communicate with a Capricorn about something with your business, or you have a Capricorn that's going to be a very good client or vendor. Something about, even if it's not co-ownership of a business, it's something about you and a Capricorn collaborate in a way that it benefits both your businesses, even if you guys don't work in the same, not department, the same field, essentially. Yeah, there's a Capricorn in your life that's very spiritual, and they might be a dancer or even involved in like martial arts. There's something very graceful about the way they move their body. They might be involved in arts and entertainment. And as I said, something about running the mic or running the wires. You might be the photographer to their model, if that makes sense. Like there's a yin and a yang. It's really not the same business, but you guys fit together quite well like a puzzle piece. That's what this could be. I'm just being called to say a collaboration with a Capricorn, even if it's just a one-time project. That could be the project that really launches you to, if it's not stardom, just illumination or acknowledgement from many others that your business is one to be recognized, one to be noted. Let's pull something on that. Clarify the devil. Something about paper goods or paper fans, like I guess sometimes you could get those as like a wedding what do you call them? Like when you go to someone's wedding and you get something that says like, Tom and Mary. Something about the paper fan. Again, I'm being called to say like event planning or, something with event planning. Red carpet events, this and that. Something about events. You might do the cosmetics, the beauty regimen, are you a hairdresser? Are you a clothing designer? Are you the social media person, like a photographer? Something about the visual layout of something, the filmmaker, I don't know. Yeah, Page of Cups, this is positive. I know the Devil card is coming up twice and that freaks people out. Overall, this is, again, extreme determination to make this dream a reality. And I'm getting, Cancer, you're halfway there. You're halfway there. It's a little bit more to go, but know that it was this delay in all of your wishes coming true. It's actually benefiting you so you can understand it better. So you're better equipped to deal with it so that when that ball comes and you're ready to crush it, right? Home run, it will succeed in all the ways it was meant to. It won't be another swing and a miss, right? Because I think you've had a few of those, and that may have to do with your romantic partners as well. Maybe some of you are destined to be with a Capricorn, and maybe that person will be a key business collaborator with you too. But yeah, they have beautiful insights to offer that's going to affect the inflow to your cup, the influx of money. It could also be a Pisces too. All right, Cancer, let's throw some of these last minute oracle cards on it and wrap you up. This has been a long one. Very insightful message. Scorpios was insane. In fact, it was sort of similar to Scorpios, but anyway. Creative expression. Your soul longs to express itself creatively. Well, that's very Cancerian. These are what I usually call my crisis of career cards. It's what am I supposed to do? Some of you don't know, and that's okay. All in good time. Again, what it sometimes appears to be a frustration in the timeline, it's meant to be, Cancer. You don't need to question it. Teaching. You inspire young people to learn. Whoa. That one flew out. Teaching. And yeah, again, flowers. Working with flowers opens your heart and brings blessings to others through your life purpose. So if you're involved in a career that has nothing to do with flowers, though for some of you, you might and you just haven't realized it yet, because I said that earlier, buy a plant. Nurture a plant. There's something very healthy in needing to care for another thing or person. And so I'm not saying go out and have a baby, right? But buy a plant. Buy something that you need to water and develop every day. This idea of the seeds blooming, there's something about the timeline of when like you start to see the buds or the flowers pop. That is a metaphor for the intuitive hits you're being given. You're getting them up and out to the surface. Bottom of your deck is trust. Trust your feelings and dreams to guide your career path. And I have to read this because it's you, Cancer. Sensitivity. You're becoming more sensitive. You're becoming more sensitive and need to make changes accordingly. And oracle cards. You are able to discern messages and guidance for yourself and others. And that came up for Scorpio as well. We'll wrap up with one of these cards just because I think they're cool. Not a lot of pentacle cards though, so I know some of you are like, where's my money at? But that's what this whole reading was about, right? So it's coming, but it's not here yet. One card for Cancer, please, for the spread. Those two. All right. Oh, you sneaky sneakies. There's 3 here. Leap. You go first. The universe will catch you. Unbound. Release soul patterns, contract, and past lives. That's what I was getting with this, very much. There's a door. You're sitting right in front of it, but there's a sense of being so lost in your grief and heartbreak. The universe is crying for you because you're missing out on the beautiful opportunities behind that door. And as we were saying with that metaphor, you held the keys in your pocket this whole time. You just chose not to, or do you understand what I'm saying? There's some metaphor of like the door is right there, Cancer. It's the door to your dreams and wishes. Last card, break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. Don't be afraid to go dark. Don't be afraid to go in that dark cave because there's beautiful things that await you. That is a metaphor for going internal, going within. Something about the womb. Something about maternal energy too. All right, guys, that's what I got for you. Deep message, right? Like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below if any of this resonates, and I will see you very soon for more tarot. Bye, Cancer.